Good morrow, and welcome to my perpetual state of linguistic despair. I'm here today not as your guide, but as a traumatized witness to the systematic dismantling of the English language. I have seen some things. I have heard some things. I've had to ask a 16-year-old child what Riz meant. But this is the final straw. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. The supposed word of the year is 6-7. Not a word, not an adjective or a verb or even an adverb. It is a number, 2 of them actually, and it carries the weight of absolutely nothing. It's a valueless, plural-confused cipher. We, as a society, are celebrating our inability to count past 5 or identify a noun. And yet, you, my darling Gen A and Z students, want to be sophisticated. You use words like nonchalant, which means coolly unconcerned, but you still struggle to comprehend that using a single dash does not constitute a complete sentence. You want high-level vocabulary, yet you communicate exclusively in phonetic abbreviations and numbers as concepts. It makes no sense. Well, if the goal is to sound smarter without having any actual meaning, I propose we lean hard into the absurdity. We need to go so far back that nobody knows what anyone is saying. Not the teachers, not the parents, not even the other students. Ignorance is bliss, but confusion is confidence. My proposal: we make Shakespearean English the next obnoxious mandatory linguistic trend. Think about it. It instantly elevates the discourse. Nonchalant becomes positively demure. It fulfills the need for intellectual pretense without requiring a single moment of critical thought. It's the ultimate flex, utterly incomprehensible, yet flawlessly extra. It's 6-7, but dressed in a doublet and hose. To help this linguistic renaissance, I have prepared a handy translation guide. Millennials, this is useless to you in the classroom because now, and for very good reason, your phones are locked away, as they should be. So enjoy the Schadenfreude. Now, if a Gen A or Z student says bussin', millennials, that approximately means that is extremely delicious or great. The obnoxious Shakespearean alternative could be huzzah for this sumptuous fare. Another one, no cap. When a Gen Z student says this, they are meaning that they are being serious and have no exaggeration. The Shakespearean alternative I propose: upon my soul's salvation, I speak the unvarnished truth. When they say bet, they're simply agreeing. Now, in Shakespearean times, when someone agreed to a duel, they would lay their glove down to accept the challenge. And therefore, I propose, in response to bet, which is obviously far superior to the simple word yes, instead we say, I lay my glove upon it. You'll all be so smart. If a student says that someone has main character energy, they're saying that person has an unjustified sense of self-importance. So, in a Shakespearean way, we could say, instead of main character energy, that the person has a singular and pestilent conceit of mind. If they say slay, they're giving a compliment, as in someone did something exceptionally well. In Shakespearean, hark, such execution hath bewitched my ken. If they say riz, that means that someone has charisma. It is ironic because, again, generations A and Z seem to want to lean into big words. Nonchalant, demure. However, charisma, too much. Can't do it. Just riz. So instead, let's lean back into the proper, appropriate English by saying, instead of riz, that something has a captivating air. Now, sometimes they say it's giving. This is it's a prefix of sorts. They're trying to say that something is evoking a feeling of something is feeling very good or very bad, or so it's giving sad vibes. Now, instead of giving, they could say, mine eyes doth witness the palpable effluvium of. Far superior, don't you think? Anyway, we're almost done. Another one they love to say is that something is a whole mood. That means that whatever they are speaking of perfectly captures a specific feeling, emotion, or attitude. So instead, I propose such a figure dost encapsulate the very heart of this deep melancholy, or deep joy, or whatever feeling they are trying to espouse at the moment. Mine eyes doth witness the palpable effluvium of. Now that is how you describe a feeling. It sounds like a plague, yet it implies deep philosophical meaning. It's perfect, it's confusing. It's exactly what happens when you try to quantify culture with a number combination like 6, 7. You see, my dear students, your quest to sound sophisticated with fragmented slang is a beautiful, tragic failure. You want high-level status, but you can barely manage the simplest level of numerical literacy. You won't count to 10, not all the way to 10, yet you attempt to quantify the abstract feeling of good with a pair of low-digit integers. So, let's embrace the chaos. Let's make no sense together. Let's pretend to be smarter by speaking a language in an accent that requires a doctorate just to follow. It solves nothing. It helps no one. It will just be hilariously and chaotically charming. So go forth, Generation A and Z, speak in iambic pentameter, make your millennial teachers pull out their hair, and when someone asks what you mean, simply shrug and proclaim, I wist not. 'Tis 6, 7.